Most agencies running LinkedIn outreach are paying for five tools to do one job. The founder of Nexus Scale just collapsed all five into one platform. In this video, I sat down with the founder of Nexus Scale to break down exactly how you can run LinkedIn and email outreach for unlimited client brands inside one tool. My name's Drew. I interview the founders of leading AI tools to bring you the best insights to automate your agency with AI. And I have run mine for 3 years. If you want to see where Nexus Scale lands on our outreach tool leaderboard, head to automationforagencies.com. Hey, everybody. I'm here with Kevin from Nexus Scale. His app, of course, was on AppSumo for a long time, did very well. Kevin, how you doing today?
Good, good. Good to connect with you, Drew.
Awesome. Can you tell us, the folks who are watching and listening, what is Nexus Scale AI, and what's its goal? What are you trying to help the customers with?
Absolutely. Nexus Scale is a sales outreach platform. What that means is that we help you find contacts that are relevant to your business, and then we help you reach out to them in two main ways, either via email and via LinkedIn. So the concept behind the software is that um, outreach has become so complex nowadays. You need many different tools to bring them together, especially with AI, to do decent outreach. And what we've done with Nexus Scale is that we've built all the core things that you need for outreach so that you only have to log in into Nexus Scale to run your campaigns.
Awesome. So it's a LinkedIn outreach. Now, I noticed on AppSumo there's been a few apps during the last few Mondays that kind of like your app, where they kind of reach out to LinkedIn, but they do it in different ways. I'm sure you're aware of them. What makes your app kind of more unique or different than those apps?
That's a great question. Yeah, there's some great tools and softwares on AppSumo that do LinkedIn outreach and other forms of outreach. The difference between us and them is that we combine multiple types of outreach and we combine everything you need right from the beginning to the end. So you'll find some tools that, for example, help you with LinkedIn connections and DMs, but you need to source leads from another platform, right? So then you end up with just two softwares just to find leads and then to send out the connection requests. And then, God forbid you want to add something like email in there, and then that's another platform. And then you need mailboxes, then you need another email provider. So we're already into four softwares by now. And of course, before you get those emails, you probably need to buy domains. So you end up having about five tools just to be able to send LinkedIn DMs and an email. And with Nexus Scale, you can do all that in one platform.
Okay. I did get Nexus Scale when you guys launched it on AppSumo. Um, I was having some difficulty with the SMTP, adding my email from DreamHost. At the time, I remember we were talking about, don't worry, Drew, we're building our own infrastructure. I never got a chance to test it fully with the SMTP because you were in the midst of building something greater. So tell me what happened.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we did resolve the SMTP issues that were there at the beginning, and on top of that, we ended up building our own SMTP infrastructure. So Nexus Scale has its own mailboxes, its own sending IPs. You can buy domains through us, buy mailboxes, get those configured. So we essentially own our own entire SMTP infrastructure now, and of course, we still integrate with external SMTPs.
Okay. Glad to know you're adding new features. Speaking from an agency's perspective, I get Nexus Scale and I want to use it for some clients that I have to help them with their LinkedIn outreach. Um, how am I able to use it as a white label in that capacity?
That's a great question. So if you're coming in as an agency and you're looking to white label Nexascale, we actually have two paths for you, right? You can white label the software and use it as it is, and that's something we can have available for you. You can have it on your own domain and just white label the software directly. The other thing that we offer is that we can give you access to all the different APIs of the product, and you can sort of vibe code your own Nexus scale or build your own Nexus scale using those APIs. And that gives you full flexibility in case there's some elements of our user interface that you don't like or you want to change out. It gives you full flexibility to build your own product and build your own Nexus scale how you'd like. The reason that we can do this is that we built all these features natively. You'll find that some of the platforms out there are using another third party to give them access to LinkedIn, right? And because of that, they're not able to give you that API access. We built our own LinkedIn infrastructure, and that means that we can actually license it out to you via APIs. You can build it into your own product, resell it as your own, or use it internally for your own campaigns or for your own clients and customers.
Excellent. So in that second case where it really it's in the true sense white labeling, your can you stick your own logo on it? Can you have your separate login screen or onboarding for a client? Is that possible?
Absolutely. You can essentially do anything. It's just the only limitation here is your creativity, right? You can have your own logins, your own dashboard. You can customize and build different dashboards from the ones that we have, um, and you can essentially just build your own software, but without having to do all that complex back end work, and just build your own interface and your own user experience.
Okay. Excellent. Speaking of building a back end and all that, let's can you share your screen and maybe show us a unique feature or something that you want the audience to know or see?
Yeah, so one of the cool things that I can show you now is our domains. We have our own internal domain software. You can come here, buy domains. We also have a wallet that we're just launching, so you can load your wallet with funds, use that to buy domains, buy mailboxes, get those configured, and then we do the entire SMTP, sorry, DNS, SPF, DKIM configuration for you in the background, so you don't have to bother with all that, which is usually one of the major pains of doing cold email. And then once you do that, then we have our own internal warming network. So you just set your mailboxes to warm in the background, and then once they're all warmed up, then you're good to go. You can view your warming analytics, and then once your mailboxes are warmed up, then you run campaigns, right? Um, One of the cool things that I want to show you, other than all that to do with the domains and the mailboxes, is our LinkedIn features. So other than just being able to use LinkedIn for outreach, you can also get leads directly for LinkedIn. So you can paste the URL. Right now, this supports if you run a search on LinkedIn, but we're also adding a way for you to get leads from a LinkedIn post. So anybody who's commented or liked in a post, you can get those and bring those into Nexus Scale and then use those for campaigns. Um, and of course, our LinkedIn feature that allows you to connect your account natively and straightforward. So yeah, quite a lot of features in terms of capability and capacity. If you're looking to do outbound, or if outbound is an important part of your business, Nexus Scale is a no brainer, right? It essentially allows you to do 70 or 80% of what you'd want to do in terms of outreach inside one platform. And that remaining 20-30%, we're closing that gap in the next 6 months. So this is the software that you want if outreach is important for you.
Do you have to have LinkedIn Premium to use Nexus Scale, or can you just use a regular, no subscription? Can you just a regular account?
You can use a regular account. Actually, what we do is we when you connect your account, if it's a regular account, we warm it up slowly. So we start with a small number of connection requests and DMs, and then slowly your daily limit increases until you can do more and more. So you do not need to have LinkedIn Premium to use this at all.
Can you do me a favor, Kevin? Say a user is just logging in for the first time just very quickly walk me through, each step he needs to do, if that's possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, that's one of the things that I was talking to my engineering team about just today. Um, so actually, let me show you what the flow looks like.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I gotta just a sec. So let me create a new account. Okay, here we go. So the first thing that you do when you sign into NextScale is we ask you to add your business website, and essentially this helps to set the context for your AI, or rather train your AI.
Hmm.
And then as we scrape that, we put together a quick summary of your business and everything that you need to know, everything that the AI needs to know in order to help you be successful at outreach, right? And then once you're onboarded, the main thing that you want to do past this point is to check your domains. Usually, you can bring in your own domains. So in case you've done outreach before and you have a couple of domains on Hostinger, on Namecheap, GoDaddy, whatever, you can bring those domains, those external domains into NexusScale, or you can come and buy domains directly on NexusScale, and that allows you to have some sending infrastructure. The next thing you want to do is get a couple of mailboxes. NexusScale mailboxes are built specifically for outreach. In case you don't know how many mailboxes you need based on your outreach, we have a calculator here that can help you estimate based on the number of leads that you want to reach out to. And then once you get or buy your mailboxes, then all you have to do is set those to start warming. And then after that, the main thing you want to do is come back here to the find leads. So this is our internal lead database, and this can help you find leads and filter them across multiple industries, across multiple ICPs, personas, um, and different company profiles. So you can filter this down by state, region, industry. Uh, Even if you only want leads that have phone numbers, if phone outreach is a part of your uh, is a part of your step, and then you can essentially take these leads and push them to a campaign once your uh, mailboxes are warmed up. The next thing that, of course, you want to do is connect your LinkedIn, and our LinkedIn flow uses a native proxy, so it essentially matches your browser behavior so that your account is stays protected, and of course, it operates in a human-like cadence and a human-like flow, so that your account stays protected and you're able to do outreach via your LinkedIn account.
One thing that I'm seeing that I like is that match column where it shows like the probability that ICP closely matches what you're looking for. Like if it's a roofer, Scott's Roofing Company, you could bet that that's probably like an 80% match. Or so is that pretty accurate, that score?
Yeah, it's quite accurate. Again, this is based on what we find on your website or the information you put when you get onboarded. Once we have an idea of what your business is, then we can make a pretty good guess of what your ICP should look like.
And the other thing that I remember is that you had AI agents that actually would reply automatically, right? And you could edit the message yourself, or you can let the AI do the work, right? Is that right?
That is right. And let me walk you through that. So what we have in terms of AI agents now is even more powerful than what you saw back then, Andrew. So what you can do now is you can have an AI agent do outreach, do like an initial email step, and then do a follow up on LinkedIn, etc., etc. Right. So we have these AI agents that can write and personalize your emails. They can write the initial step for you, initial email outreach for you, and they can personalize based on LinkedIn activity, recent company news, or what's on the lead's website. So the email is fully personalized and designed just for that lead. And you can add a LinkedIn connections tab in case you want to connect to that link lead on LinkedIn as well. You can add different follow up steps for email and different follow up steps for LinkedIn. So in this one agent, you have the entire flow from beginning to end. And if you want the lead to reply, you can give the AI instructions on how you want the lead to reply. You can tell it, hey,
Mhm.
if a lead replies, qualify them based on this criteria, or get them to book a demo based on this criteria. So it essentially does the entire outreach for you right from the beginning to the end.
You're jogging my memory as I'm looking at the UI and just kind of remembering the user experience. I remember that I really liked the UI and the way you set it up. It was a lot, but you arranged it in such a fashion, different tabs on the left to where it was easy to find things. So I appreciate that. I remember good UI. So yes. Okay. Well, thanks for sharing your screen. Let's get into some other questions that I had. What other features you got coming down the line to Nexus Scale?
Yeah, I think right now we're going deeper into LinkedIn outreach. So, like I mentioned, we want to be able to pull, let's say you have a post that goes viral and you want to pull all the people who commented on that post, and you want those guys to reach out to those people. That's something we want to do. Um, And then, of course, we're thinking about introducing voice. Voice has been a highly, highly requested feature. People who want to make direct dials to leads, we already have the phone numbers anyway. Uh, so voice is a big, big feature that we're looking at. And like you mentioned on the UI, Nexus Scale has quite a number of features. So one of the things that we're doing now is ensuring that our UI, as much as it has to display all these features, also needs to be simple and straightforward to understand. So that's something we're constantly refining and improving daily.
So when you mentioned voice,
Mhm.
um, is there any probability you could be running like uh, campaigns to LinkedIn people, or are you talking about more like cold call type reach outs?
Cold call types. LinkedIn has a place in voice. Sorry, there's a place for voice in LinkedIn, but I think voice calls are really where it's at. And there's it's the final loop of outreach, right? You do the email, you do the LinkedIn DM, and then finally you do the call. And that's something that a lot of users have requested and asked for.
So as far as the agency is concerned, really what I'm hearing is Nexus Scale has everything that an agency would want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Onboarding,
Yeah,
on separate onboarding. They could brand it as their with their own logo,
yeah.
team management, and actually I don't think we talked about management at all. Do you have a way to sort of add team members and structure them for different accesses and so forth?
Yeah, absolutely. You can create different organizations in Exascale. So let's say you have company A and invite the people who are at that company to just manage their account or rather view their dashboard, and then add multiple companies inside one login for you as the agency owner. You can manage up to unlimited brands inside one login for yourself.
Okay. And as a last question, what
Mhm.
type of agency would benefit mostly from Nexus Scale or Solopreneur?
I think one that is doing both LinkedIn outreach and email, right? Almost all agencies out there that are doing LinkedIn outreach and email today are doing them on different platforms, right? It's normally something like an Instantly, and then they have like HeyReach or AimFox, something like HeyReach or AimFox, right? Uh, and that having that uh, mismatch into where your campaigns are running creates a lot of friction. If you bring those campaigns into one platform, you're going to see higher response rates. You're going to see better management. It's going to be easier for you and for your team to manage all your campaigns. Uh, for a solopreneur, I'd say somebody who wants to get outreach done quickly, right? If you're new to this, if you're just starting out, Nexus Scale is a great place for you to to get started very quickly. And even if you're more experienced and you have you know exactly what needs to be done, Nexus Scale is an excellent software. So it works both for someone who's just starting out and someone who's been in the game for a bit longer.
And one more question: are you coming back to AppSumo anytime soon?
AppSumo was an incredible experience. I think a huge amount of the current product that we have was greatly shaped by Sumolinks, and we still actually some of our biggest subscribers now we got from AppSumo. So um, AppSumo absolutely is has a huge pillar into what Nexuscale is today. As in terms of coming back, I think that's something we'd have to reevaluate in the future or evaluate in the future. Right now, our focus, of course, is building these features that people want, getting the absolute, getting people the power that they need to do the best outreach as possible, making Nexus Scale a lean and min efficient machine. That's our core focus daily. It's all on the product.
Well, excellent, Kevin. I really appreciate your time talking about Nexus Scale. One thing I like is that it's for an agency, it's fully serviceable for an agency that can take it and use it. The two separate ways that you said, but the main one being a really full scale white label solution. Stick your name on it, onboard your clients, team management, resell type package. The whole deal. So really appreciate your time, and I wish you continued success with Nexus Scale.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me.